Hello and welcome to the episode of Buckle on Bruce.
Definitely not using that.
Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell.
Warning, this series contains spoilers. Duh.
Hello, we are watching a new episode, episode 5 of Ash vs. Evil Undead.
Dead. Just dead.
Just Dead.
Wait,
Just
really?
The Evil Dead.
Oh. Okay, Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Yeah,
Watch
anyway,
episode 5.
So, welcome back to Catching Up.
Yeah.
I have
Yes.
come prepared. Deadites.
I'm not prepared,
but
but still
so
good.
we just finished episode 5,
Yes.
which concludes the cliffhanger from episode 4 with the possessed Kelly storyline, and also sets up some interesting stuff with the whole passing of the torch.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely.
Which is very interesting. I wonder if he's going to become a shaman, or at least as an embodiment of a shaman. So
This episode implies he was training to be one.
Yes.
Rather than just, he lived with his uncle for a while. He was living with his uncle because his uncle was training him to be a brujo. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
I think that's really interesting.
I'm a little bit sad with, what is assumed to be the death of the demon, because it's like the effects are not going to be around anymore, and who knows if they'll have another demon.
Well, they might, but it'll be different looking if you do. But that demon was cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
Though, there's some pretty rad stuff. It's so funny how you can tell where they sunk their budget in this episode.
Yes.
Where it's like, it's all into that effect of the demon climbing out of Kelly's mouth.
Oh, yeah.
And the moment where the demon explodes.
It was really cool when you saw the hand push on her as a...
And it's just
so you
like
see him climb out,
grabbing
he was really trying to...
his
Like, you see him watching climb out
of her skin. That was cool. But then, like, when she projectile vomited earlier, that was like the CG.
Oh yeah, it was
CG ass vomit I have ever seen.
Yeah, that was...
It was like, it looked like a sheet of yellow glistening plastic suddenly fell out of her mouth.
It looked like when you're...
And then it became really obvious physical prop when it spills all over Bruce Campbell's shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you go back to hell, work on your aim.
And Ash was very modest in this episode, or very, like, reserved.
He wasn't the main character.
Yeah, he was more reserved this episode, which was
I kind of think that's cool. Like,
interesting,
he wasn't the focus of the episode at all.
It was Kelly and I expected the second guy's main character, Pablo main character.
It was very much about them.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
And his coming of, like, I guess it really established him as a character in the side characters of the story.
It helped make them feel more like than just sidekicks, but they are the other main characters in the story.
They're a part of the story as much as Ash is a part of the story.
I mentioned it while we were watching it, but earlier on in the episode when we were dealing with the cop and the sister.
Yeah.
And it's quite strange that Ash's evil hand is so passive.
Mm-hmm.
Because normally it's just kind of running or skittering around.
Yeah, it was very.
Everything.
Do you think it's because
Thing meets Dr. Strangelove?
Do you think it's because of 30 years of it being severed from the host of it?
Maybe.
I'm not sure. That's the only reason I can think of why that happens.
Like,
for it being docile.
So she said when they introduced that Ash's hand is back, that it had been dormant. It wasn't doing anything until the evil reawoke.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like it went full Dr. Strangelove on Ash in the movie when it first gets possessed.
And
then when he cuts it off, it's very much straight up Addams Family.
Yeah.
So it is kind of weird that it
maybe
is really passive now.
Maybe when when Ash finished the sequel or whatever, when before the story, because he says he had 30 years before.
It was 30 years after the events of Army of Darkness when he returns back into the normal time.
So, that means maybe since the evil wasn't so prominent for the 30 years, maybe it became more docile. It was like slowly losing.
Well, it was literally
dormant,
but now that the power is back, it's moving again.
Well, yeah, but I guess that would
maybe
definitely
it's gonna
be true
because
because
maybe it's going to get more active as it gets closer to Ash.
Yeah,
it might.
I can see that.
But I mean, with the story of the films, they do. Like, he does essentially banish the demons back in time.
Yeah. So...
And so, after, after moving back into his normal time frame, because that was done, then the power was ultimately weakened, and it wasn't until he read the book 30 years later
Yeah.
that
It's the only honest, like,
that the Deadites' presence
okay
had an
answer I can
effect.
see of, or, like, legitimate answer.
But then that also doesn't make the most sense,
Yeah.
because the end of Army of Darkness, the Deadites are there.
And
So,
also, but
I
it also
don't
doesn't make sense. Yeah, also, with what you're saying, what you're
Yeah,
saying.
I'm not sure.
know. Yeah.
But it is kind of weird
It should be
how
more active though as well. Since
inactive it is.
it did came back, and the presence is, I guess, more powerful for them ever since they've actually read from the book and summoned a demon.
Yeah.
It makes more sense for it to be more active as well. So
But anyway,
you had another point.
long and short, we'll find out as the show keeps going.
Yeah.
I really liked the goo from the exploding demon and the moment of him taking out the demon where it's like, don't think, shoot.
yeah.
It's just
shoot
like,
first, think never.
shoot
He was
first,
like-
think
he
never.
was like
I want
a-
that on a t-shirt so bad.
It was like definitely-
Shoot first, think never. Ash Williams.
It was pretty good.
That was good.
Yep.
Alright, well, we're going to continue now with episode
Yes.
6, which means
Yeah.
switching discs on the Blu-ray.
Magic.
We're gonna do that. John, can you
Yep.
turn it off? You have to stop the recording first.
I do.
Yeah, otherwise it won't
How did I stop the recording?
push the record button.
Was the pen that was drawing the book, or was the book drawing the pendant?
It's kind of both.
It looked like they were both trying to do it, but the book was
book
trying
was
to eat
attacking.
the pendant, but
Yeah.
the pendant was trying to go in.
Yeah.
We should probably have started that discussion after we did the intro. Alright, episode 6.
Yes!
Woo!
Already into
Yeah.
it.
That was quite the
It's
episode.
very interesting.
Um,
Actually, got to see Deadites again finally. I mean, we saw the demon for several episodes, but now more Deadites now.
It's just classic Deadites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with, though I have to admit the demon still was like the coolest
Yeah,
effects
yeah,
of the show
definitely.
so far. We got some more weird, interesting stuff going on.
Yeah. The hand's missing now, and that's a very interesting development.
Yep.
Some very ridiculous discussion about Ash's magic fingers.
Yeah.
So they go to a diner after the events of the last episode to just kind of relax. This is a very like laid back, simple setup for an episode.
Yes.
Actually,
It's all in the diner.
compared to like the set pieces we've had so far, it's just like one location.
Yeah, the entire
Yeah, but
entire episode's in the diner.
They were obviously aiming to get the policewoman to
Right.
have a reason to actually start running with them.
This
so-
is when the cop
Yeah.
joins forces with
and
them.
then she realizes that he's not just, I mean, might be an asshole, but he's
So
He's trying to stop
they're
it.
they're in this diner. They Ash runs into and it sets up, I'm assuming, a future plot hook involving one of his buddies being in a militia. He runs into an old friend who
Yeah.
happens to be in a militia
Yeah.
in the area. So that guy freaks out when Evil shows up and runs off and
Yeah.
calls his buddies towards the end of the episode with
But then
full
gets
horror movie stereotypes.
possessed,
Probably.
probably.
Yeah.
But so that's foreshadowing for what's coming next, obviously. But anyway,
Yes.
first thing we asked about is kind of sad we didn't, with all this stuff about the hand not being very active, is the hand went missing immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as we finish talking
It
about
hasn't shown back up yet. We had an interesting thing with the pendant that Pablo got from his
Yeah.
uncle. Somehow either attracts the book or is drawn towards the book.
Yeah, either way, the book is trying to eat the
But
pendant.
yeah, and then they had
Oh,
a
no,
pretty
this might be,
freaky
like,
moment with the
consumed
A
book.
battle of forces.
Oh,
Right, a
that
good
makes
versus
sense.
evil thing. But it's kind of weird they are opposites attract, magnetically drawn to each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the reason, though. Maybe they are, since they're opposites, maybe they are attracted to each other
I
naturally.
mean, we also had the really great, awkward moment of Pablo airing things out with Kelly
Yeah.
about what her, while possessed, tried to do.
yeah.
And then her being like, dancing around the idea of actually liking him or not.
Yeah.
Really carefully.
Yeah.
So, obviously their romance isn't going to pay off till
No.
the
Well, there was-
season finale, right?
There was another thing with it. With the scene with the book and the necklace. The book was actually, like, the face on it was actually
was
moving.
alert, akin to
Yeah.
when they summoned the demon.
Yeah.
When they summoned the demon, it was more like the light was drawing into the mouth of it.
Yeah, but it again had the face was moving thing, which is pretty creepy.
Yeah, but it's,
which we've
In-
only seen a couple of times
Yeah,
in
you don't
like,
see
the
it
whole
often.
franchise, including
in Army of
movies.
Darkness is the only time when those were fake books in those cases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some extra
There's
layers
some
of
good stuff
weirdness
going on.
going on
Yeah.
here.
The plot's developing well. In my
We
thoughts.
got to say goodbye to Lucy Lawless again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As soon as she shows up, she disappears.
she's like, I'm here. Exit stage right.
Yeah.
She shows up, walks around. Deadite possesses the skeleton
Of the brew.
of the Brujo.
Yep.
They fight. It mentions something about not letting you have the power of the book for yourself. They fall in fire and teleport.
Yeah.
I find it very interesting. I mean, obviously she's knowledgeable of what happened with Bruce in the cabin,
Yeah.
but the fact that both she and they, the Deadites,
Know each other.
know who each other is.
Yeah.
And that they straight up referred to her as a traitor.
Yeah.
There's something else going on here, and I can't
Definitely.
wait to find out what that is.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
But
Pretty cool.
overall, this is a solid episode.
Yeah.
There's some great gore pieces in it.
And some great music. You've not mentioned it yet, but
Fanblade.
Yeah.
the music has been on point with their.
Ice skate.
Ice skate after flying through a window. That's a pretty
Yeah.
brutal way to go.
What was the one that killed the cook? Was that like a small piece of
No,
rebar?
no. I think
It
it
was
was
shrapnel?
his own knife.
Or one of his own knives.
It looked like it was
It
a
looked-
small
yes.
I-beam.
Yes, but
But
yeah.
and then he fell in the fryer.
Yeah.
yeah, but his like head
Meat
got pinned to the
slicer
wall.
was
The,
another
oh
red
man,
weapon.
Kelly got a really brutal kill this episode.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
so great.
Probably
Just
a very justifiable.
Crunch.
kill, too.
meat slicer, thin slice. That's
Yeah.
the way I like it.
And then she gets a tenderizer and
'Cause, you know,
proceeds
it's not
to beat
enough.
her in it.
Of course.
And I love the line. I think she needed that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good line.
But yeah, so John was bringing it up. We haven't mentioned this yet, but the music for this entire series has been excellent.
Yes,
It's
has
very
been quite good.
very good, and very fitting choices.
Yeah.
Lots of solid song choices that are like callbacks to an older generation.
And
Yeah.
it fits the vibe of the series.
Yeah.
completely.
Definitely.
It almost kind of is reminiscent in terms of like quality of jam choices to
Yeah.
the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack.
Yeah.
Certainly.
I feel like
Yeah.
it definitely like this show fits very well with Evil Dead. It's like
Oh yeah,
it's a very good culmination
seamless.
and
the part that's
exceeding.
the part that's impressed me
More.
is outside of the first episode. The first episode's the only one so far that's been directed by Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
I'm banking on the fact that he probably directed the season finale too,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah,
who
probably.
knows? But so far, the other 5 episodes that weren't directed by him still feel like Evil Dead.
Yeah, it feels
Well,
the same.
I mean,
They don't-
ultimately, it's like he probably found people who legitimately were fans
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
in order to make it.
But it's been great that it
Yeah.
feels so much like that. So
It's awesome.
we're gonna keep catching
Yeah.
up. So
More
stay
catch
tuned
up.
for the next
More
episode,
episodes.
where we'll be watching episodes 7 and 8.
Continue non-stop until we finish.
Groovy. All right. Let's take a break and let the projector cool.